So it's finally time. I'm back with some live Meteora trading. The last time I properly did this was when I did 1 to 100 Solana, and I'm sure a lot of you probably saw that, and that's how a lot of people found out. But since then, I've released a ton of guides on different tools, and I've been getting a lot of questions about, can we actually see this in action? How can we actually do this live? A lot of new people coming in. We've had a bit of volume on chain. So without further ado, I've got my Meteora merch on, and I'm going to be showing you how I utilize the minus 85% spot strategy in the last week to go from 5 Solana all the way to 15. So I'm just making a quick video on how I'm currently trying to trade the Penguin coin. So this coin has been going viral. Obviously, it's been pumping a lot. I actually called it all the way at 200k in the Telegram, but you can see the volume is really starting to spike now. I've just been trading it and trying to follow it up with spot positions. But I saw on my dashboard a ton of the wallets which I have, which have been consistent over the last kind of 30 days, just generally trading. A lot of them are entering the Penguin pool. You can see a few live positions opening right now. But a lot of people in the 20 bin pool, covering normally around a kind of 40% range, a lot of deposits in there. So I've just been going ahead and doing the same. And I'm just going to go ahead and make some more positions. I'm just using this for a little bit of extra information. We can see pretty large deposits by most people, 180 bins. I'm probably going to do, I'll just 8 in there and minus 5, which is actually 300 bins. So that's pretty wide. So I made that spot position, and it's only a minus 35% because we are on the 20 bin pool. So it looks, because obviously the White House tweeted about it. But what I've been able to do is just over the week, while this coin has been grinding up, making spot positions while it has gone sideways, generally doing that minus 80% spot position, which we know is the safest, but going narrower when I'm trying to earn a lot of fees in a short session. And I will also make a wide position most likely as well. But, I've been able to get a ton of extra data as well, seeing how other people have been able to play it, who I believe are profitable, and basically just slowly grind up this wallet, literally just doing spot positions on this coin. And that's simply, I can just close my position for a 0.2 Solana gain, so quite small. But that was, just being able to rinse and repeat that same strategy over and over again with a token like this when I have all of the information I need. And I know, it's looking like a solid coin to enter. So it looks like we have another coin that's running. Sadly, I missed this on the A-pin challenge. I was looking for a token to do a good A-pin entry with for today, trying to look for new tokens which were about to shoot up. I saw this. The actual guy is a bags token, very risky. Did tweet about it, and it's just been vertical up, and it has literally just done about 8x. But I've just been doing spot minus 85% on the way up, and just farming fees as it's going, just small little profits, 0.1, 0.2, 0.4. And as you can see, it keeps pumping. Obviously gets more risky the higher it goes, but I'm just going along doing this, and we are safe, or not safe, but if it does rug, and even if it drops minus 70% from here, we are slightly shielded from taking a huge loss with by using a multiple position. So I closed out of the ZHE token. The volume had fallen off a lot, and it's generally forming a downwards flag. Of course, it could go up, but I wanted to just lock in a tiny bit of profit. We did with the $10 there. So I've hit about 4 kind of minor profits on this coin. Nothing large, but maybe $60 or so. Just being consistent, keeping our win rate, almost 100% on all coins, and grinding up this wallet slowly. So we have another coin that has appeared, and that is Dale. And again, very strong volume, and we're doing a similar strategy. So you can actually see the kind of volume, 100k in 1 minute. And there was a 200 bin pool, 2% fee. Obviously, a lot better doing a 5% PV pool. I did actually make one. I think someone made a new one. But I've gone minus 88%. I haven't really looked what this is. Again, spot. Hopefully, what we're hoping for is with this high volume right now, we're going to get some movement down and some movement back up. So the token had a dip as we wanted with good volume. And we had that very wide position. So, we did go in the negative at the very bottom, still fairly safe. That's why, again, we are going with this minus 86% in case of anything too adverse happen. And as you can see, It is now pumped back up. We hit 249k. I thought about entering into this token in another wallet for the A-pin challenge, but I went against it, especially on this wallet, as I want to actually keep it profitable. As you can see, it's nearly back up to exactly what we entered as. I didn't actually purchase on, but that's a different one. Almost all the way back. I'm going to close it out, might reopen a new one, but I just want to lock in the P&L for this one. So this token started dipping. I withdrew my liquidity actually around here and changed to a bid ask. It just closed out my position. So I actually had a bid ask right here. See, the position isn't actually fully closed out. We pretty much, made like just a few dollars profit on that, but I'm going to swap my remaining token back to Solana and we could be done with that. But the trick was, volume fell off. The token looked like it was dipping. And as you can see, we did a whole minus 60% from my entry. I changed to a bid ask and, that kept us safe from actually probably taking a moderately significant loss. Time for a morning update. So before you saw the Dale chart was previously kind of dumping a bit, and that was around here, I believe. But what I ended up doing was with just 2 Solana, at around this price point, I opened a minus 85% from here to leave open overnight. I normally have not done this on this wallet. It's the first time, but I felt like, this token had a bit of staying power. It could have an exit pump. And we're looking at the chart right now. And as you can see, overnight, it did range at the lows. It went as low as 1.2 million. I would have been in a bit of a loss there, but we farmed a ton of fees and I will show you what I'm currently sat at. And as you can see, I've just woke up. It's actually on its little exit pump right now. We could change the time frame, see if, some indicators line up for this to be a good exit. We can see kind of the RSI hitting right at the top here. To be honest, I do feel like this token could honestly reclaim this kind of $4 million level. If I go over to my portfolio, go on to Dale, you can see we've got a ton of fees, almost about 0.8 Solana in fees. We definitely have got some impermanent loss, but massively offset. You can see right there, maybe a 40% gain roughly. But apart from that, I don't know, maybe a bit stupid. I did enter Claude just as I woke up. This token just seems to be kind of been jumping as soon as I entered. I was actually setting this up last night, the Claude bot. And, I had no idea there was a token which was going to run 10x overnight. So it really does seem like, I know the trenches are back. Might just close this out for a bit of a loss. A bit unfortunate, but it's not really giving good fees. Maybe we can get a little bit more of a pump now. But just as I was speaking, the Dale actually just went on a mega pump with some crazy volume inflow, pumping all the way to 3.5, which is our entry. I actually closed my position. We made a gain, of course, but I did not sell all of my tokens. So actually, I'm just even in more profit now. I'm actually going to swap the rest of my tokens out right now. You can see I'm getting a massive premium. That's only half of them as well. I actually had 1.4 Solana in tokens, or that might be all of them. That is a pretty nice gain to wake up to. And we could honestly go back in and heart attack this with this kind of volume right now, I feel. So we just hit a few more trades and a few more profitable trades. And we used the pools Chicken, which was a new coin. I think I might have made one video with it before. But also Opium Bird coin just did a spot position, and also the Dale coin again, and these were all just minus 45% spot position. And the way I decided on these 3 particular pools and the star was I was literally just looking at my feed and what a few other people were going in. These were kind of the pools, and I think I might have been using the same design and system of curve as this guy. Actually, that's pretty narrow. I was definitely a bit wider. I think it might have been this guy who had the position in Chicken, Opium Bird, and I think I just did Dale myself. They all made some small gains each, about 0.3 profit overall, but it was very easy setting up the spot positions, waiting for that initial volatility, and then exiting